the Nokta Triple Score. Now before we get into specifications and menu features, I want to get out into the field with this machine and see how it performs. So it's good housekeeping. What I'm going to do here is just do a noise cancel before I start detecting. It's just scanning through the 13 channels at the moment. And there you go, it's settled on the cleanest operating channel. That is a high conductive target. Can you see the little black cursor up there near the 40s? See it just there, look. There you go, we've got a coin. Excellent, and that was quite a respectable depth. Having said that, it's a perfect opportunity to have a look at the key features within this Nokta Triple Score menu, and then we can get back and do a little bit more detecting. The custom programs at the top we have Park, Field, Beach and Relic. Along there is our discrimination range, and that changes depending on what program we're on, but we can change it manually. And you can choose your different settings by just pressing a button. So here we've got all metal, there's no discrimination on that, and we're relying on the tones to give us the information. So if I press it once, you've got G for ground, so it's eliminated just a small segment there, and that's eliminated the sound from the ground. One more, F, that's now eliminated all the ferrous targets, which are the iron targets. And you've got C, which is your custom mode, so you can assign different segments to different places. On the left there you have a sensitivity meter. It shows you how you've got your sensitivity set. As you can see there, I'm just using one block because I don't want any interference. On the right there you've got a depth meter, and in the middle you've got your target ID. M1 is for the bigger, higher conductive targets such as coins, so it's a general searching mode. M2 is more of a specialist mode, so if you were on a Roman or medieval site looking for tiny coins and artefacts in amongst iron, M2 is a higher frequency, so it's going to do better. M3 is for your wet ground, your wet pasture, your wet sand, and that will also eliminate coke. So that's your M modes, your multi-frequency modes. And then you've got obviously your single frequencies, 4 kHz for the big relics, 15 kHz general searching, 20 kHz for the smaller targets. That's in a single frequency. So what's the deal with the different frequencies? M1, M2, M3, even the single frequencies for that matter. Well, all frequencies will find all targets, but by choosing the specific frequency range for your desired target, it gives you a better chance. It stacks the odds in your favour. Let's say you're on pasture in the field mode and the machine becomes a little bit twitchy. Now this is quite common when you're searching pasture because the animals have been grazing on it, and it makes the ground very conductive. All you have to do is drop your frequency down to M3. Now M3 will deal with all the conductive ground. It makes the machine really quiet, and in turn you may be able to get the sensitivity a little bit higher. Here we go, M3, sensitivity maxed out. That's iron, and the machine is working really well. So let's go to M2, go all the way around M2 and see how the machine performs now. Because we've chosen the wrong parameters for this field. There's a good one, coming up at about 34. Small coin there. Oh, looks a bit silver to me. Do I have to adjust my machine when I get into the field? Well, the answer to that is no, not really. You've got factory default programs which are optimized for a lot of search scenarios. So really, all you have to do is choose the sweetest frequency, as we've just demonstrated, raise or lower your sensitivity to compensate for the ground, and then you're good to go. And as your skills improve, because metal detecting is a craft, let's not forget this, as your skills and sweep technique improves, then you can start delving a little bit deeper into the menus and watching skill school videos. Let's go to the next one, which is the menu. Now along the bottom here we've got the icons. The flashing icon is the one what's selected. Ground balance, recovery speed. This is a ferrous rejection. It's very similar to discrimination, but it rejects, or it filters out the pops and spits from small nails when you're running a higher sensitivity in difficult ground. Volume, backlight, you can turn the backlight up or down. Bluetooth headphones are switched on, Bluetooth headphones are switched off. Quite a high number, jumping around a little bit. It's square, something square. I don't know what that is. Oh, it looks like there's some writing on it, look. Don't know, if you know what that is, post in the comments below. I've no idea. The next one is a ground suppressor. Now we don't really need it much here in the UK because we haven't got mineralised ground. But overseas there's quite a lot of mineralised ground, so it's just a little filter to filter out some difficult ground conditions which makes the machine unstable. But if you start running higher levels of ground filter, you may also reject small targets next to iron. The next one, custom user slots. So when you've made your own custom program, you've got 3 empty user slots to save in. 1E means 1 empty, 2E 2 empty, and 3. So each of these factory programs has 3 empty user slots to save your custom programs. Now once you've saved the custom program, it will say 1F full. Okay, let's go on to the next one, which is your notch. So if you're detecting and you have a particularly difficult target you want to eliminate out, you can choose one of these segments and reject it or accept it. So that's just a very fine selective discrimination. Let's go across one more, and this is where things get really cool. You've opened up a new submenu which goes through the tones, the tone breaks, the handle vibrate, and the flashlight. And there's also bottle cap reject in there. We'll do another video on tones because there's so much to talk about. Just there, let's have a look. No idea what it is. Again, it's badly worn, but I think this just proves that straight out the box, this Nokta Triple Score is finding big coins and small coins. Well, that's the pasture test. Now we're on an iron contaminated ancient site, and we're using the SC24 elliptical coil, what comes with a Pro Pack. So you can hear the iron chirping away in the background, getting the odd false signal, but nothing too worrying. But those positive targets are coming through quite clear. I've got the discrimination wide open and I'm using 2 tones. And obviously the low tone is for the iron. Let me just run through this discrimination setting with you. We've got 3 real options here. Well, we've actually got 4, but 3 we will use. So if I press the center button here, the horseshoe, you see we've got G, which is eliminated the ground, F, which is eliminated the ferrous, and that's a custom one, don't worry about that, and that is all metal with an A. So let's have a walk along and just press these buttons, access the different discrimination levels, and let you hear what the machine sounds like. And I think you'll find this quite interesting. Here we go then. This is all metal. Now we're accepting everything. The ground, ferrous, non-ferrous. Let's press it once so we've eliminated the ground. We've halved that information, haven't we? Some of you guys would say it's noise, can't live with that, too noisy. But we've got rid of the ground noise. Let's press it again. Now we've got rid of the ferrous, so we haven't even got an iron buzz now. So we've got it working really, really quietly. Let's go through that again. All metal, ground and ferrous. Press it once. We've eliminated the ground, but we're letting that iron come through. Once more, and we've eliminated the ferrous. So we've got a silent operation. The only thing we're here are the good targets. 25, 24. Lovely. Now let's take this out. It's a little bit of a buckle, I think. I think that machine performed really well amongst that heavy iron. We had the odd few pops and spits, but you have that with any machine. But I thought the target separation was pretty good. The audio sound was absolutely lovely, and it did everything it should do. A lot of metal detectors do not work on the wet sand because wet sand is conductive and it just gives a massive signal. And that's the beauty of multi-frequency. It can cancel out the wet sand. The beach mode has got its own dedicated frequency channel, and it's just marked with an M. Well, that one's coming up 28, 30, but it's probably been washed away by the sand or whatever. But another small target on the beach. Well, so far this Nokta Triple Score is doing really well. It's ringing out nice and loud on those tiny targets. And I've always said, if you can take care of the tiny targets, the big targets take care of themselves. So what do I think to this Nokta Triple Score? Well, I think it's a really versatile little machine, and it's got a host of features that suit all skill levels. Let's talk about the price. There's 3 different models. You've got the Score, the Double Score, and this one I bought off LP Detecting. It's called the Triple Score Pro Pack, and it costs £499. But with that £499, you get an extra elliptical coil, which is going to come in great for searching those ancient sites, Bluetooth headphones and a pinpointer. And don't forget to check out the LP Detecting and Nokta websites, where they put some really good seasonal offers. You might get yourself a bargain. I'll post the links below. If you're new to the hobby, I think this will be an investment you can grow with. You don't have to be an expert to use this Triple Score. It really is up to you. As your craft improves and you get better at detecting and you want to learn a little bit more, then you can dive into this menu and just start unlocking some of those interesting features. It's even got a carbon fibre top and bottom stem, submersible to 5 meters. I think that's about 16 feet. Keep your eye on the Skill School YouTube channel and websites, where I'm going to be testing this Nokta Triple Score some more. That rhymed. See you soon. Bye.